Well, welcome everybody. My name is Doug, and I am the president and founder of the Secular Humanists of Western Lake Erie, and I welcome you to our first virtual Humanist Nooner. When we were able to meet in person, once a month we would meet, a few of us would gather at a local diner, restaurant, something small, and hang out for an hour, hour and a half, have lunch, just talk, not anything in particular, just hanging out. With the pandemic and the stay-at-home orders, and I know restaurants have just started back up for patios, but I would never know if we would have, one time we had 10 people, another time we had 6, and so probably for the foreseeable future, this will be the only way we'll have a nooner, is online. Maybe eventually, if there is a vaccine found or some way they can figure out how to have people show up at a restaurant, then we'll probably do that. In the meantime, so far, right now here at the virtual nooner, it's just me, and I'm almost done with my lunch. So we'll probably go, we'll see if people show up. If they don't, then this will probably be ending earlier than anticipated. But anyway, a couple announcements. We have a Amazon Smile wish list of items that hopefully people could, if the people that use Amazon would take care of and send to us, that'd be appreciated. I know some people don't want to use Amazon, so what I am working on right now is to take that wish list and put it on one of our pages, and then we'll have a link to it, and then people can go and look for those items at a local store, or maybe a big box store if they go to like Target or someplace like that, and then send it to us. We had recently, unbeknownst to us, because nobody let us know, somebody donated 2 of these Teach Your Dragon books to us. This was on our list. We want to try to have some in the future, some children's programming at some point, and this was going to help us out. The Train Your Dragon series is a good humanist type of book for kids, and teaches some of our humanist values, and thanks to whoever sent that. That's greatly appreciated. And I understand some people might want to donate stuff and not get any recognition for it, but if you do, just use our contact form on the website and send us a note and let us know that you bought it or you sent it, so we can look for it, because that came to the post office box, and because of the stay-at-home orders, I hadn't been checking the box, and so it might have got sent back inadvertently if I hadn't found the note when I did. As you should all be aware, we have suspended in-person meetings and events until at least September. I know some things are starting back up, but normally we don't meet in July and August, mainly because it's hot, people go on vacation. Sean and I go and do conferences and other events, so normally we haven't met as a group in July and August. So with the state not really getting back to large groups, and probably not before June, and we'd only have one meeting, I just went ahead and canceled the June meeting, an in-person meeting. We'll have a virtual meeting in June, We still won't meet in July and August unless there's actually something to do. I might do something like this, a nooner or some other thing, and live stream it. Not necessarily a meeting, but just for people to view what we do. And then we'll come back. Hopefully we'll be able to have an in-person meeting in September, maybe not. We do have an annual members meeting coming up in September. It's usually what we use to kick off the year. Our group year starts in October. Our fiscal year starts in October. So normally in September, we hold our members meeting. No, that is October, isn't it? Anyway, so our members meeting, our annual members meeting is coming up in October. So that's the time that we consider bylaw changes. We elect our board of directors. And then from the board of directors, we come up with our officers for the next year. Again, our financial fiscal year starts off in October, October the 1st. So we'll probably try to get together in September. Then we'll have our annual members meeting in October. This is all tentative. It may end up being that it becomes all virtual again until such time as the medical people and the state authorities believe that large groups of people could meet again. So we'll keep an eye on that. If you're interested in serving on the board of directors, either now because we have open seats or in the future, just use our contact form and let me know that you're interested. Reach out to me on the various social media channels. It's not too hard to get a hold of me, and then we'll talk about it. If you look on the governance page on the website, the board member minutes, take a look at those. That's how basically the sausage is made. And by the way, I have updated the Treasury summaries through March. I think maybe April. You might want to check that out for members. Let's see, anything else? I don't quite know. Well, we do have a podcast. It's called the Glass City Humanist. It's something that I host. Try to have guests. We're talking about humanism, humanist values. When we have a guest, we try to intermingle that humanism, the humanist values, into what we're talking about for that topic for that person. Even if that person might not be a humanist per se, we try to answer it back. This last episode that just dropped either last week or the week before, we had an interview with Reverend Dr. T.K. Barger, who is on our board of directors here at Secular Humanists of Western Lake Erie, talking about humanism and Unitarianism. The humanist movement, the modern humanist movement of what we are a part of, and if you're a member of our group, you're a part of, got its start in the early part of the 20th century in the Unitarian Church. Some ministers and other people that were part of Unitarianism latched on or formulated this modern humanist movement. And also Unitarians helped form the American Humanist Association. And the particular type of humanism that Unitarians practice is religious humanism. And it's religious is just a descriptive term. The fact that they meet at a church, they meet on Sundays. It's not any different than secular humanism. There is differences. It's not wholly different. That's why if I ever talk about Unitarians, I talk about how we are like-minded groups working together, because they have a different path of humanism that they take. Our group has a different path. But Reverend Barger joined our group, helped us get started, allowed us to meet at the church for a little while till we got figured out what we wanted to do, how we wanted to meet. So it was good to talk to him for an extended period of time. I can't say that I 100% agreed with everything he was saying, but that's the nature of religious and secular humanists. We kind of tend to have philosophical differences. It's nothing that would create a division that can't be surmounted. And I mean, he's a nice guy. The Unitarians at Toledo First Unitarian Church are very welcoming. If that's something you're looking for, if you're looking for a replacement for your Sunday churching, I would fully recommend that you go to Toledo First Unitarian on Glendale. It's an excellent place, very nice people. I am an atheist, and so I don't do the church thing, but if I did the church thing, that's probably where I would go. Yeah, my mustache looks terrible. Anyway, so let's see. Anyway, so we talked to him for a while. That's up on the website glasscityhumanist.show. It's separate. There's a link on our regular website to it, but it has its own website. That's where we keep the episodes and the show notes. They're called show notes, and it also comes with a transcript. So if you don't want to listen to a long podcast, or you're not able to, you can look at the transcripts, the paper transcripts, and read through it. I think this was our 6th episode, which I'm very happy for. The main thing that we do with the Glass City Humanist is it's an outreach to the community. So you don't have to be a member of the group to listen to it. It won't pertain strictly to inside knowledge of the group. Basically, it's how to live basically the topics are, how do you live a humanist life? What are our humanist values? And so it's part of our educating the public, part of our mandate. And so check that out. Again, glasscityhumanist.show. Once this live streaming video goes up and permanent, I'll put some links into the description so that people who are watching this not on Wednesday, May 20th, 2020, but are watching it at a future time or in the past, they can go to some of these links that I'm talking about. Okay. What else? Oh, if you guys have any ideas for meeting topics, meeting things that you want to talk about, let me know somehow. Use the contact form on the website. Reach out to me on the social media platforms. We're on different ones. We're on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, MeWe, although I haven't checked that one in a while. But just let us know what you want to talk about, what you want to do, so that we have some idea, so we can plan some future things. We had planned to do some booths this summer, but a lot of the community events this summer got canceled. The Toledo Pride Festival that we've participated in the last 2 years got canceled. We also were planning to apply to have a booth at the Old West End Festival, first time, and it got canceled. So we'll probably do a fundraiser probably next winter, probably about the time we were supposed to do it this year, to raise money to pay for the rental to get into these different community events. If you know of a community event besides Pride and the Old West End Festival, let me know. Something that we would be interested in, let me know, and we'll add that to our thing. Basically, if you want to help out with a booth, you think that you're knowledgeable enough about humanism, you kind of have some idea that you could talk to somebody about it, we would love to have you help us with the booth. Basically, you're just selling the group, you're selling humanism. We have some swag that we hand out, like pens and buttons and things like that. We have a button maker now. We're going to make a whole scat of buttons. I want to do some not bookmark. Well, we do some bookmarks. We have a set of bookmarks from the AHA. Probably want to do our own eventually, but I want to do some bumper stickers for the coming, stuff to hand out to people. So if you have any ideas for that, if you want to help out with the booth, let me know. We'd love to have you. It can be a scary thing, but it's not. Usually we try to go to places that are going to be accepting of us. You won't find our booth at some like evangelical Christian conference, because we know we're not going to be welcome there, and it's just going to be too difficult. So it's like you're not going to get challenged a lot. It's a public event, so you might get challenged. If that's something that's not for you, don't worry about it. You don't have to do it. Just if you want to get more involved and help us try to recruit more people to be members, that's one way of doing it. Anything else I can think of offhand? No, that's pretty much it. Well, it's been about 20 minutes and nobody has come in to join me to eat lunch. So I think I'm going to go ahead and shut it down for this attempt, and that's the break. Sometimes people have time to do it, some people don't. You're thinking, most people have to stay home. You think I'd have dozens and dozens of people here, but nope. But that's all right. Anyway, so again, if you guys got any ideas for topics, you have any questions about the group, feel free again to reach out to us and let us know. Okay? Until next time, see you later.